Hello and welcome to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. And I am Mike. I was trying to think of something. Oh man. Like I've been doing the same thing for 46. I've been doing this thing for 46 episodes now, and I just can't think of something that's better than I'm Mike and I play with one Pokemon on the field.
So that's all you do, right?
That's all I do. That is what I do. But since when? How long have I been actually playing with one Pokemon on the field? For a long time. How long since I've stopped? Longer.
I think it's time.
Uh-huh.
I think we finally converted, Mike.
No.
No?
No.
I don't know, Mike.
Until you can get me to stop playing random battles, I'm Mike and I play with one Pokemon on the field.
I'm Mike and I don't even choose my own Pokemon.
No. I play with one Pokemon on the field, whether I like it or not.
I'm Mike and I have no choice.
Who are you?
Well, I'm Kevin. I play with two of them.
See,
fair. Mine's easy.
Yeah. Like I can't even rep the shirt anymore. I'm out here wearing my Mr. Rogers sweater. I got a Pokésports pin on to keep it on brand, but you can wear yours because you're going VGC till the day you die.
Because unlike you, I don't wear shirts that lie.
This shirt don't lie. That's fair.
We got a comment today. They were like, "Oh, I've been listening to the podcast for a very long time, and I'm just looking at a video now. You guys look nothing like what you sound like." And that's always been a weird concept to me because this isn't the first person that said it to us either.
Yeah,
you guys don't know what we look like. Go to YouTube. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. But that's always the thing with podcasts is like I'll get into a podcast like in a big way, and then just so that I can like understand who it is that I'm listening to, I'll go and like search up a picture of them or something, and like 9 out of 10 times they're not the people that I expected them to be.
It's like it almost makes me want to like be that person that has no idea what I look like.
Really?
And then like imagine what I look like and then just get utterly surprised. Because in my brain, I look like what I sound like. Because I've looked at myself sounding like this for my whole life.
Very good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's true. That's true. Well, I mean, when we saw each other in person, did you see me the same way that you knew how I looked? Because you would see me like in videos, but you'd only see me in like a little box.
Yeah, you were taller than I expected. Because you were always seated.
I think you were shorter than I expected.
Thanks.
Just being honest. But you're a pretty tall dude.
I'm pretty average.
You're short, actually, right?
I'm pretty average, yeah.
I can't remember the last time I've seen you, to be honest.
I'm wide. I got shoulders. My shoulders.
Oh, you got them broad shoulders, true.
Everyone, watch us on YouTube. That way you'll know what broad shoulders we have.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to us on Sunday, September 20th, it is actually, wouldn't you know it, it's National Pepperoni Pizza Day.
I can't wait to see what Pokemon picture you put up for this.
Oh, it's a Pokemon. It's a Pokeball pepperoni pizza. It's the easiest picture that I could find, obviously. You're a pepperoni pizza guy, right?
No.
No.
I don't actually like it too much.
Really?
I mean, I'll eat it, but I won't order it.
Okay.
I like Italian sausage with some peppers, some grilled onions. I know this is like completely contradictory to the last podcast where I talked about how much I hated onions. Or was that the peach? I don't know. It was something.
It depends.
No, it was a podcast.
Pizza is a completely different food category. You can hate things on other food items, but love it on pizza.
Mm-hmm. The one question that I will never answer is whether or not I like pineapples on pizza. I won't answer it because I don't like the backlash that I get for it. So I'm just not gonna answer it. You guys can use your imagination.
I'll be direct. Yeah, fight me, people. I like it when it came out as being like a taboo thing. I'm just like, I don't know. I've just been whatever. It's pizza, man. Like, how can you go wrong with pizza? So
you're saying you like pineapple on pizza?
Correct.
Okay, so do I.
I don't like I don't put it on every one of my pizzas, but if somebody's like, "Hey, we've either got like pasta salad or Hawaiian pizza," I'm like, "Yeah, pass me that Hawaiian, dude. Like, let's go."
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on Mike's side here. As Pokésports members, I'm gonna take Mike's opinion as my own.
Thank you. Thank you.
We share the same brain.
As one should. Folks, if you're listening to us on Wednesday, September 23rd, it's actually National Dogs in Politics Day. And
Excuse me?
Yep. I don't know what that meant. That could fully be like something that's going over my head. That could be a term that like politics, what's it called? Politic majors, I guess, that they understand, but not a term that I get. Oh,
we could be accidentally very pokey-litical right now, and we don't mean to.
Pokey-litical.
But welcome to our new podcast.
That's our next podcast.
Talk about the politics of Pokemon, episode 1.
Wow,
Arcanine evolution bad.
Is evolution bad? Kevin, no, he's
a lot of controversial topics in today's episode.
Oh, Squiddo in the chat just said vote Arcanine 2020. He's justified. That is the best campaign slogan that I've ever heard, and I am here for it.
Arcanine is a very political Pokemon, huh?
Of course.
He's very justified. Mm-hmm. He intimidates his opponents.
He's intimidating.
And just like a flash, he can light your world. What's the topic today? Do we have a topic?
I have to end the podcast now. Thank you to Roixen and all the patrons. All right, so folks, today is a new day. Today is a Sunday. We're not going to be talking as much today about Pokemon. We'll be talking about Pokemon, but I feel like a lot of people, we like Kevin said, we've been getting a lot of comments and people coming to us and being like, hey, I would love it if this thing existed. And then we're like, it does exist and we made it. And then other people are like, oh, well, that's cool. Now can we have a this? And we're like, we have a this and it's there. We also have a that.
Yeah,
so
there's something about
what we're going to do today, we're going to be getting into a lot of the stuff that we've been doing. And I think it kind of gives us a good chance to edify ourselves and to say like what it is that we do inside Pokésports, what I do, what you do, what we do together, et cetera, et cetera. Because over the past, I guess, 11 months now, 10 months now, we've had moments where we do things together. We have moments where we each are in charge of one thing. And that's kind of defined itself a lot more in the past few months, just so we can like divide and conquer kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But before that, obviously, we have our news. So let's get into some Smogon news. As you can see up here in the image section, we've got Buffalint and Klinklang. Both Buffalint and Klinklang have been proven too OP for PU, and as such are moving to PUBL. So
these are always my favorite.
I love the PU bans. Yeah.
Yeah. I love when trash becomes less trash. It makes me very happy.
It's so nice to like see them get recognition. It's like, oh yeah, people like, oh, that Buffalint, man, he's running wild, dude.
Sap Sipper better watch out. Rillablooms beware.
Klinklang, pretty nasty with that gear grind, breaking those sashes, breaking hearts and breaking sashes.
What do these Pokemon actually do in singles, to be honest?
Klinklang, not particularly terrible in singles. I was surprised to actually see it in PU in the first place. Gear shift and gear grind are pretty intense.
They're still pretty much a unique move too, right? Unless some weird Pokemon get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. Like I see it used in my random battles all the time, and it works there. So there that is. So that's one thing. But the biggest thing right now, and I actually don't have that up on the screen, so I'm going to go back over to both of us, is Cinderace. Remember how Cinderace was banned because Libero came out and everyone was like, oh yeah, no, that's straight to Ubers. Get that guy right out of my face.
Currently banned in both formats.
Yeah. That's how broken it is. So they, for whatever reason, they think that it's fine now. And so they're suspect testing it again. So for a little bit, for now until like, I guess the end of September, Cinderace is now returning to OU for a re-suspect test.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Cinderace is kind of like really good, right? It's
okay. Maybe, so the reasoning is that since the OU meta has kind of changed so much, they think that it has a place in it again. But on the forums, if you go on the forums on the suspect test like section where they talk about Cinderace, the first thing that anybody is like, why are you doing this? This is no, don't. You know what's going to happen is it's going to become incredibly overpowered and they're just going to ban it again. One thing that a lot of people are saying though is that aspects of Cinderace need to be banned, not just Cinderace itself. So, removing the ability, banning the ability, or in some cases, people are saying like ban heavy duty boots in singles. But yes, that would solve the problem, but it also like ruins so many other Pokemon. Like you basically can't bring bug types anymore if you don't have heavy duty boots. So Volcarona loves heavy duty boots.
Oh yeah. So here's my opinion on Cinderace. I mean, I don't know a lot about singles, but I know a lot about Pokemon. I know a lot about counters. To me, it makes no sense that they're reintroducing Cinderace before even suspect testing Clefable out of
right.
OU. Like that thing has been 60-something% for like disgustingly too long, in terms of usage. And in my brain, I'm like, I know like the last time we talked about OU, they were bringing up a lot of steel types from UUBL to OU.
Yeah.
Just simply because they all deal with Clefable really well.
Right.
Now, here's the issue. Cinderace also deals with Clefable, which would help the Clefable problem because it gets the stab Iron Head, but it also deals with every single one of those steel types that were brought up to handle Clefable. So you're just going to overpower a Clefable and Cinderace combination on the same team. Like it's just
absolutely.
I don't even want to think about that. That sounds like disgusting in terms of like coverage.
Yeah, I mean, right now you've got Corviknight in the meta to deal with Clefables. You've got Excadrill in the meta, which I mean, if this whole thing proves to do nothing but remove Excadrill, I don't hate that.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm always happy if there's one less Excadrill in the world. But Skarmory is already on kind of thin ice. You won't really see as many Skarmories. Like most of the top 10 currently, Cinderace can deal with pretty well.
And that's not good.
That's not good. That's right.
Yeah, that's very bad. I don't think it makes it through the suspect test. I really don't.
No.
But I guess it's gonna be nice seeing an OU for a couple of days.
I do hope that they learn something from it and they're like maybe like some part of Cinderace is the problem and not just the actual Pokemon, because it would be really cool to use. And even without its hidden ability, I think there is a place for Cinderaces. You can still use Cinderace. It's got great stats. It's just its ability makes its stats even more oppressive.
An extra 1.5 times on everything it has is a little bit too much.
Exactly. Yeah. Tofu agreeing in the chat saying Cinderace. Saw play with Blaze still. Exactly. Yeah. It's just super good. Yeah. So on to more Smogon news. There's actually a lot to talk about in Smogon this week. The 30th season of the Smogon Tour began today. Now, the Smogon Tour is a series of live OU tournaments consisting of the 3 most recent OU generations. So Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, and Oras. So you get all of those generations in that order. The winner of the Smogon Tour will receive a pink trophy that goes on the Smogon Tour or the Smogon forums, like icon banner just underneath your name whenever you post something. As well as either a custom Pokemon Showdown avatar or, and get this one, an inactive account on Pokemon Showdown.
That's interesting.
Legit. You can just claim an inactive account.
This one's mine now.
Exactly. Yoink. Thank you very much. I will take that. And it's completely on Showdown. So if you have a Showdown account set up, you can go and sign up for that. I believe signups may or may not be closed at the moment. And if not, then they go until Tuesday. I remember when I was looking at this that I was like, oh no, some people aren't going to get this because when this comes out on Wednesday, people just won't see it. But hey, it's there. It's there. And you can go and see the good matches. And they've had 30 of these, so they'll definitely have a 31st.
Hey, you know what's really cool? You guys could probably steal my X-Rays Ovation account. I only play on Pokésports now, so go ahead and win.
Oh no.
Steal my account and then rub it in my face when I go against myself on ladder.
Yeah, basically. Hey, so something really cool happened this past week for us. One Helmson Swede, patron, Discord member, friend of the podcast, bro, straight up bro, has helped us set up. And by helped us, I mean he did the legwork and we just promoted it.
He did everything.
He did literally everything. Go and follow him on Twitch, Swede_PS4. He went and created a series of friendly tournaments. So if you didn't know, you can actually just do this in the game. You can go and set up a tournament. You can set up as much as 3 hours for people to compete. And then you can just send out the competition ID. So he did that under the Pokésports name and sent it over to us. We promoted it and it turned out really, really good. So this is all in preparation for the Players Cup 2, which will be I've done actually by the time we do our next podcast. So that's kind of cool. Starts this Thursday. In preparation for that, because it's Series 5 and there's no good way of actually playing Series 5 games, he set up a friendly competition. We blasted it out on Twitter and we ended up getting 65 entrants for this, which was pretty sick. Just between like 40 and 50. I think that the actual number was 44 people who ended up actually playing in it. And there were a ton of really good games. Like we got to see a bunch of people streaming that, like Swede himself was streaming his games. Osiris VGC was streaming his games. I think his Twitch is Osiris Studios, if I'm not mistaken. So that was actually really cool to see. So because that went so well, we decided to extend it into a thing of three prep series. Okay, so we had our first one last Friday, and then we had a second one just today, and then we're having our third one, which, by the way, I put it right here, on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. So if anybody is looking to compete and just, play for fun, there's no prizing involved or anything like that. It's just a fun time. You can go and enter that competition ID in your Switch, and you can go and participate. Today is actually, we had more entrants today than we did on Friday, which was kind of cool to see.
For those that are listening to this on podcast, that's September 22nd.
Yes.
For you guys.
That's right. You can see it says UTC 19 to 22, which for EST, which is most of the people listening, that is 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So it was good.
I actually competed in the first one.
Yeah, you did. I competed in the second one.
Hey.
How did you think you fared in the first one?
So I did the classic Kevin move, Okay. You know what that is. That's the
Lose
go
the
7-0, then lose 3 at the end. So there was a point where I was number 1. If I looked at my MMR, I think I'm not trying to showboat or anything, guys. This is actually what happened. I peaked at 1590, which is higher than the person who got first. So if I would have stopped at 7-0, I would have gotten first. But you know me, guys. We never, me, guys. We don't stop. We keep going.
We stop until it's too late. Or we go until it's too late. Yeah.
But I think for that first tournament, I brought Colossal just Colossal Dragapult, just because I didn't have a team ready, and I was just like, hey, screw it, let's just do what the old winner did and see how that goes. Right. It went well. Who would have guessed? Imagine that. If you guys don't have, actually, let's talk about the Players Cup 2 real quick. For those of you that are playing the qualifiers, really quick PSA. If you don't have a counter to Colossal, you need one.
Get one.
Don't even not consider bringing one, because a lot of people are just going to take what Santi did, change it up, and bring it. Another team that you also have to look out for is James Beck's pretty famous rank 1 ladder team. The what is it? Venusaur, Charizard, Tyranitar, Excadrill, Gyarados, Togekiss. That's terrifying. Also, that same variant with a Dusclops instead of an Excadrill is very terrifying. Yeah, prepare for that. Prepare for weather. Prepare for Trick Room. Prepare for redirection coming back. There's a lot of things that you didn't play with in a very long time that you should really prepare for.
Very true. Very true. So, but at the same time, there may or may not be people who are bringing in their Series 6 teams into Series 5 because they started playing around with their Series 6 teams and they started winning and they're like, oh man, this is really great. But what they don't know is that it's really great because Series 5 Pokemon don't exist. So, it's kind of a toss up. You will probably have an advantage if you bring your Series 5 Pokemon against those Series 6 teams, but still keep in mind that is going to be a thing. Funny enough, in the Players Cup Prep number 1, the first one that we had on Friday, the Pokemon usage almost exactly mirrored the Picolytics usage for Series 5, which was really fun to see. So you got like Togekiss is number 1, Incineroar 2, Rillaboom 3, Dragapult 4, Tyranitar, Excadrill, Torkoal, Cinderace, Primarina, Urshifu. So, people...
Good job, guys. Yeah. You're very, very creative. I'm very impressed. Keep up you guys are paying a lot of attention to Pokésports.
However, funny enough, for the second one, because I actually managed to get the stats real quick after it finished. It looked almost exactly the same, except top 3 were Togekiss, Incineroar, Dragapult instead of Togekiss, Incineroar, Rillaboom. Rillaboom was number 4, whereas Rillaboom was number 3 in the last one. Dragapult was number 4 in the last one. But
you guys impress me more and more every time. Keep up the good work.
Venusaur ended up being number 5 in that one. Amoonguss made the list, was number 10 as well. I also know that Twitter user Pedro _ Fayal was the winner of this one. So congratulations, Pedro. That's awesome.
Oron was the winner of the last one.
Oh, is that right?
I think his name was Oron. I don't actually know what his socials are. I don't think he's actually revealed himself. Oron, if you're listening, join the Discord so we know who you are.
Yeah, that's true. We only know who Pedro was because he tweeted out at us, which was awesome to see. Really, really cool. But anyway, folks, that's the news for today. And the news actually went through quite a bit more than I thought. But what I want to do before the break is, as I said, something that's a little, I want to say, overdue for what we do. We have been working on so much stuff over the past 10 months, and we want to kind of give you an overview of where we are right now. Because some people, they might be able to take this information and use it as a resource. Some people might be able to take this information and use it as entertainment that they didn't know that they could have. And you can do with it what you want. Plus, I think it's just kind of a good time for us to be like, wow, look at how far we've come and what we've actually accomplished. So we are going to do this every 46 episodes is what I have gone and decided. Kevin immediately is just like,
Hey, Tofu, you got a new job. You got to make sure that every 46 episodes we keep this up.
Remind us at 92.
Not remember.
Yeah. Remind us.
Tofu, our mod, everyone. Everyone, wait. Moment of silence for Tofu. Not a sad one, just like a congratulatory one. Thank you, Tofu.
That's not so much a moment of silence if you're clapping, but
it's a silent clap.
We'll take it. So yeah, let's do some catching up. Let's take a look at what the two of us are doing right now, how it's kind of evolved, and how we're looking to use it. So we're actually going to start with Kevin. So Kevin, I want you to give a general overview. I'll leave the floor to you as to what it is that you do within the realm of Pokésports.
Geez, what do I do?
Right.
I talk on the podcast.
Yeah, you do.
I don't help with notes too much, but what I do help with is videos. A lot of team building. I take all the Patreon teams, and some of you guys have some pretty crazy things that you want to share with the. I got some nice people. Like Scotty. I'm going shout out to the people that give me an easy time.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty, thank you so much for choosing Arcanine this time around. It was the easiest team I've ever had to build.
Right. So to get into that a little bit, Kevin, that we do have a Patreon tier where people can request a team, a style of a Pokemon to build around, and just have Kevin work on that and create it. And he makes a video on it and he passes it to the people who, are within that Patreon tier. So sometimes you get the easy ones, and sometimes I get an earful about, oh my gosh, I have to build a team that has this Pokemon in it. It's real tough. What's the hardest team that you've had to build so far?
That's gotta go down to my boy Captain, who gave me a Cramorant last month. But the thing with that team, it was probably the most work I've ever put into building a team.
Really?
But the most fun I've had playing with it on ladder, because that was one of the easiest recording days I've ever had. That was one of those go in, play 3 battles, finish, go home. Like it was so easy. I was like, oh, okay.
We've had to have Tofu come in as a consultant like multiple times to be like, yeah, I need you to build this team, please.
Oh yeah. Tofu's the real hero. But yeah, we upload videos. I guess we could talk about that. If you guys are listening to this on podcast, you don't know we have a YouTube channel. We have literally a video every single day with YouTube battles.
How many? So, do you have any idea how many videos we have on that channel so far? While you talk, I'll look it up. But
a lot. It's like 200 and something, right?
It's got to
imagine.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's been less than a year and every day. So 200 something actually makes sense to me.
264.
264, dude. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, grand scheme of things for how many videos are on YouTube, not really that much. I think like each of us have had like 1,000 plus on our own channels, but definitely for a channel less than a year old, that feels like a lot.
But yeah, that's like Pokésports has grown like phenomenally, especially starting from scratch. Me and Mike both have like YouTube experience, but let's be real here. Both of our channels were kind of dead. So we were essentially starting from scratch. We had like no backbone to this, and just the support this whole time has been like ridiculously incredible. Yeah.
I mean, there around the beginning, there were still a lot of people who were like, oh yeah, I remember X-Rays of Asian. Not as many for me, but you were the bigger like into VGC guy, and Pokésports focuses a lot on VGC, obviously. So the people who, resonate with that are like, oh, yeah, wow, he's back. There he is.
This guy's familiar. Oh, you're here now? I got a lot of, oh, you're here now?
Yeah, that's right. I'm
like, dude, I haven't seen you since 2014. I'm like,
yeah. And then also you've been doing a lot with the website with Pokésports, Pokésports.org. So tell me a little bit about that.
See, a lot of another Patreon tier that we actually have is a trainee tier. So essentially what I do is I build a team of the month. What that means is I take a whole 15-ish days to really get a good feel of what the meta is and spend a lot of time on Showdown and a lot of time laddering with that team, sometimes playing with, training, coaching people with that team as well. We played through a lot of those battles as well. And then just trying to perfect the team to fit every single scenario that I could possibly think of. And then when I think it's finally good enough to push out to that Patreon tier, I write a team report on it. They get a super in-depth thing on it. All the team reports can be found at Pokésports.org. And yeah, then they get that team on cartridge, which is pretty nice. But that has been a really good time. I mean, I've started writing the team report. It's not ready yet. It'll probably be ready by Wednesday when this is on podcast.
Yeah.
But just as like a little bit of oversight, that team includes a like a little bit of a teaser. The team includes a trick Grimmsnarl with eject button.
Oh.
And I honestly think that is legitimately very good because it deals with Colossal so well.
Interesting.
you just have to trick the eject button onto the Colossal, and then they're gonna send themselves out after they surf.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, I'm actually looking forward to this one. I've in my mind there are a lot of different applications that you can have to that. Whereas like in one you would actually use the trick, and then the other you would actually not, and intentionally not, just so you can
get the
do
safe
some
switch,
other utility stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that ought to be fun.
The eject button just in general as a safe switch is always nice. You always just switch into something more relevant after you get a screen up or after you get a T-wave off. Then you don't really need a Grimmsnarl on the field anymore.
That's very true. All right, cool.
That's me. That's me in Pokésports.
That's you. And when we come back from the break, we're actually going to go a little bit more in depth with me. I'm gonna take my spot on the podium and get a little in depth. We'll do that and more when we come back from the break in just a second. See you there. And welcome back to the podcast. Good to see you. Before the break, we were talking a little bit about how Kevin participates in Pokésports. And I was thinking about that a little bit, and you'd mentioned the videos and how we put out a lot of them. At this point, what we didn't mention is that Kevin is the one who's handling most of the videos at this point. Because each of the videos that he makes is based on a team that he has made, or a team that other people have made that he's using. It just made sense for him to do most of it. Obviously, I still work on the podcast. I still put out the podcast. So Kevin handles most of the YouTube weight, and I handle most of the podcast weight.
Behind the scenes Mike over here.
Yeah. I feel like I've always kind of been that kind of guy. I've always been the behind the scenes dude. So it's funny to just kind of see that I have landed myself in that same spot at a place where I have like full agency over. Where it's like, if I could choose to be in the front line or in the back line, I'm choosing to be in the back line here. It's kind of interesting.
Real quick before Mike starts, well, let's just say this. I think both me and Mike are on the same page about this. We both could not do Pokésports unless the other was here.
Yes.
It would be so impossible for me to do Pokésports without Mike. I do not have the brain capacity to do these behind the scenes work. I don't have the verbiage to outreach to people. I can't do any of that. I can play a video game and click some buttons and be entertaining.
That's funny.
Putting an Excel spreadsheet together. What even is that? That's what Mike does.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting how like you're now in the position where, okay, well, let me say it like this. Without each other, if you were in this without me, you would be able to put out a video every day, and that would be your capacity. Like you are already at capacity doing just that right now. For me, like I could stream the 3 times a week, but that would be it. And I don't think I'd be able to do anything more. I think because the two of us work together on so many things, we're actually able to do more than just the sum of what we're good at. So that's kind of cool, and I really like that. So yeah, let's get into what I do though. So obviously, just mentioned the streaming part. I am the one who handles all of the streaming. So what you're watching right now is actually being streamed from my end. I'm the one who handles the call with Kevin and all that. And I put together a lot of the notes, anything that Kevin needs to put in, he puts in, but, the topic generation and, the week to week stuff, that is usually me. Then I edit that and I render it down. I upload that. I get the thumbnail. That's why you see that once a week, the thumbnail looks severely different than the rest of them. That one's all me. And yeah, like Kevin said, like if that were just me, that would be it. That and like the 2 other times that I stream a week. This week, not so much because I'm getting a move coordinated and doing all that good, nasty stuff that you'll hear about in the Peach today. But yeah, I'm the one who is kind of in charge of all the Twitch side of things, Twitch and podcast providers. There's that, and then there's all of the stuff that happens, I guess, with regards to community building. So putting together the Discord and getting, all of the channels set up, putting together the liege that we have every month now. Obviously Tofu helps a ton with that now. But just in terms of like logistics and getting everything set up and getting prizes ready and all of that's been me. Then, with more in terms of, I guess, community management, a lot of the outreach is done by me. So any of the stuff that you see with like Pokésports Plus, that's usually after a conversation that I've had with those people. If you're ever looking to be on a Pokésports Plus for whatever reason, that would probably come through me. This really is just a 2-man operation that, Tofu and other very nice people are assisting with. But for the most part, it is just me and Kevin doing all this. So that's been interesting. Also, these pins, dude. Ooh. This is like my crowning achievement. I got like a thing made, a physical, like hard enamel thing. I get to hold it in my hands and be like, wow, I coordinated getting this made.
Mike will break a pin at 10,000 subscribers.
I will never break a pin.
100,000.
Maybe.
Yes. 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Mike breaks a pin.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess the question that everybody always says is, what is Pokésports doing? But I guess the question that they never actually say is, how is Pokésports doing? So Kevin, with all of that you do, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Good.
I've been worse.
Nice.
I mean, it feels a lot nicer now that the channel's kind of popping off than it did when I was making like 100 videos. That's good. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. Keep watching things.
Yeah, I mean, that is nice. It's been an interesting ride, especially now with the liege. I think has been the biggest thing for me to be like, yo, this is an actual thing. Because to see the patrons who support us like come out and actually like participate in the games and play with us and play against us, it's cool to see like, wow, yeah, this is what hard work like actually comes to, as people actually gather around and enjoy something together. I think that's been really cool.
I want to give a quick shout out to Stark Maximum in the Twitch chat right now, who quoted us. Mike, Kevin, how are you? Kevin, not rock bottom.
Who also said just 2 comments before that, ooh, I can't wait to be on Pokésports Plus with no credibility, just talking about bagels. Very good. Very good. Bagels and Arcanine for president. That's it.
Oh boy.
Speaking of the league, Kevin, I don't know if have you had a chance to look at the current standings?
No.
But so right now, for everybody listening, on Sunday, September 20th, we are 1 day away from having group stages end. They actually end tomorrow at midnight. Kevin, you and I are both in basically the exact same position.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. So if you take a look at that, we've got 1 game to go. We're in a group of 5. Yeah, 5. So that means we have 4 best of 3s to participate in. You've got 1 person left to battle. I've got 1 person left to battle. In both of our situations, if we win, if we 2-0 or 2-1, then we move on to the finals. And if we lose, then the person that we lost to moves on to the finals.
Spicy.
So that's actually,
we're building storylines here, folks. Will Kevin
true.
and Mike meet each other in the finals? Find out next time on.
So the next time people actually listen to this podcast, they'll know if we've moved on to the finals or not.
That's good. I mean, yeah. I've only made it to the finals once. I'm hoping to do it again, but
I've never made it to the finals.
My group is very difficult.
Is your group stacked?
It's very stacked. I got Tofu and Angel Lost.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, those are some really, really like really good battlers.
Yeah.
Dan and Tree are also good battlers, but I don't know about their accolades. Angel Lost and Tofu were both finalists last time. Tofu winning the whole thing, so yeah. I got a very stacked group.
Oh yeah, you're going up against pin winners.
Yeah, I got pin winners.
That's
the pin winners chat. We got the day winners and the pin winners.
Yeah, we're starting to I guess round out the rest of it though. I'm seeing a team right at the top there that has both of their people confirmed for finalists, that being Bazook and Crispy. So that's going to be interesting. All right. Well, with that is actually, that's going to be our podcast today, guys. Again, we do just so much stuff that, like, if you have any kind of thing that you want to know with Pokemon, that you want to learn with competitive Pokemon, either we have done it in some capacity, or we are open for you guys to tell us what you want to hear about, so that we can actually, provide you with that. Because Kevin and I, we've been in the game for a long time, and we have, I would say, some pretty unique perspectives on it. So, it's a nice thing. It's good. It's good.
Quick social shout out. Everything that we talked about and everything that we ever do ever will be announced on Discord. Yeah, Discord is pretty much our hub. So go to Google, search Pokésports Discord, go to any YouTube video, go in the description, click the Discord link, and find yourself in the best community ever.
Get up in it.
Go on Twitch, put !Discord in the chat. You'll find a link there too.
There you go.
A lot of places, a lot of good stuff.
As for the rest of the socials, again, YouTube, follow us on Twitter at Pokésports Pod, on Instagram at Pokésports Podcast. You can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, or you can go to patreon.com/Pokésports Podcast to go and to see just a bunch of extra stuff, including the Peach and the Liege and our commentary that we've been doing. This week is going to be a big week for commentary. We're going to get a lot of last month's matches out that were sent to us. People have been sending in matches this month as well that we're going to be doing commentary on, that people can see next month. But that's going to be pretty cool. In terms of patrons, I want to give a major big shout out to Ahmed, Alex, Dante, Elijah, Zach, Brian, Carlo, Colton, Lights Out, Lewis, Neil, Reek, Scott, Cap, and Alec, Kale, It's a Secret, Shh, Jesse, Joseph, Carey, Kevin, not this one, Martine, Roixon, Robert, Spencer, Jack, a different Jack, Mohammed, Swede, Chad, Christopher, Federico, King Boo, LA Caveman, Perry, Ryan, Tristan, and Tofu. You guys are what keeps the lights on. Thank you so much.
That list gets longer and longer every week, and you guys are amazing.
That's very cool.
That's a long list.
I will also say that we are, as of today, going to be opening up another 2 tiers. One, the cherished tier, which you can go and check on Patreon, as well as the advertiser tier, which, if you are looking to advertise or shout out or do anything on the podcast as well as on the website, please go and check that out, because that is there for you specifically. Yeah, guys, big thanks to M- for every single second of every single piece of music that you hear on this podcast, including what you will be hearing in the next couple of seconds. Kevin, before we do that, you got anything left to say?
Have a nice day. Don't be rock bottom. That's it, Mike. What do you got to say? Why don't you say something?
I don't.
You never say anything. This is man. Okay. I'm adding this to my list of responsibilities. Okay. I have to come up with something on the spot at the end of every single episode. That's hard.
Enjoy your week, everybody. Be a good person, be a good player, and have a good time. I hope you do well in the Players Cup too if you're playing in it. Good luck. Bye.
Bye.